to the master suite. Now, they couldn't bear to sleep there. He couldn't, so he slept down. Remember where I showed you the pictures of the guy that they did the oral history? There's a bedroom and a bathroom down there. But this is where they were going to sleep. This would have been her dressing room. But we show it empty because of that. Yeah, all those things. I know, isn't that something? So this room, they really honored their coming to California and their heritage, the Mexican heritage, and the English. They have the English crest and the Mexican shield. Yeah. Very proud of their heritage. And over here is all their coming, or the oil and the various California depictions. Now here's that picture of the kids in that reservoir that I was telling you about. Yeah, it's just right here. And that's Thomas. Now he's only 23. He looks so much older to me.
Yeah, he does.
You know, but that's how old he is. Yeah, because I know he was born in 1905. And then there's Agnes, and see, there's Louis. That's how you spell his name. At the front door of, and then there's Edgar, and then Walter Jr. So let's go into his bedroom. They all played sports, and I see they've got his baseball uniform out here. And all the boys had, they always took part. He ended up being quite the artist. We sell books, I think, of his paintings, Walter Jr. His daughter, Josette, died maybe 3 years ago. She's buried out there. We have her, but she was a volunteer here too, and she had his books and everything. So all of her stuff was given to us through him. But we have a lot of stuff. But they have saints on the windows. They were very, good Catholic family. And here's a couple of pictures of him. Walter, he was born in 1909 and died in 1998. So he was quite old when he...
1998?
1998, yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
I started work back then, I started volunteering then. It's funny, I didn't see this, but this is a story I tell because I'm in his room. And I guess he was, heard a tour going on one day, and he was wandering around the house, because he did that. He'd just come and do that. And he heard somebody say, "Why are the door handles so low?" And he heard it, and so he popped his head around and he said, "Because my papa thought we'd never grow up."
Oh, wow.
I think they all had a good sense of humor. And we don't know why the door handles.
Yeah.
They were very short people, but I think that it was a style of
because I'm short.
And you could use your knee maybe to open the door with full hand. No.
Yeah, that's weird. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? They were just all low like that.
Well, in England, their door handles are right here.
Oh, really?
They are, yeah.
Isn't that crazy? We could probably Google that, huh? And find out. Now, when I was learning, it was like a college course that we had to take before we became docents. And this was my object. I had to do a research on this. And I learned a lot because I didn't know that, well, number one, colored fixtures had come in, but they chose white. I thought colored fixtures were a new thing, but no, they were available, but they chose white. But see all the curved edges? Everything's curved.
Yes.
And if you look at the tub, do you remember those clawfoot tubs? Those are gone. The tub goes straight. For cleanliness, everything was easier to clean coming off of. Well, look at these. Would you like to dust all those?
I know, all those crevices.
What do you call that? Not the Craftsman, the Victorian age. Remember all the
the
curly cues and the Victorian age was such a, all these intricate little things, hard to clean.
Yeah.
So they came off of that into the Craftsman then too. Also was more back to nature. But this was even, I remember toasters and streamlined trains, the streamliner they called it. Everything changed. You know, everything was like to make it sleeker, and you know, this was easier to clean. Built-in toothbrush holder, soap holder. Yeah, see all of that.
Built-in toothbrush holder. Right
Yeah,
there.
all of these new things. Even the shower is there's a shower over there, and everything's curved in there. Yeah, and then the built-in medicine chest. So I learned a lot of, you know, it is easier to clean curved edges than, you know.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're gonna head out, and as you'll just kind of breeze by, that's Edgar's room, but it's pretty much like Walter's room. The furniture that is in those rooms is called Bird's Eye Maple, and that was real popular back in the
I like
20s.
how they have that big old mirror in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know, it has so many nice features. So as we go this way, you can kind of get a look at that stained glass. It depends on the light of the day, on what, you know, how it looks. It's all natural light that shows. All right, we're gonna go through the music practice room, which is where Agnes would practice her piano. And she has beautiful roses on the windows. Okay, and then we're gonna keep walking this way.
Oh, pretty.
And I told you about the niche, I'll talk about that next.
It is big.
All right, remember the boy that found the oil? This is Thomas's room. Thomas ended up going
This is
to
the master
Harvard.
bedroom?
No, no, that big one, the empty one, was the master bedroom.
Oh.
And because the wife died, he didn't want to be in the master bedroom, so he went downstairs, Walter, and slept in that room behind the cold storage. There's a bathroom and a bedroom back there. Yeah, so that's where he slept. But this was the boy, he graduated from Harvard, and that's the kind of bathing suits that men wore back in the 1920s. They were out of wool.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wool.
yeah, wool.
Oh my God,
Wool
it
bathing
could drown
suits, yeah.
when it gets all soaky
I
wet.
know, I know.
It'd be
Yeah.
all heavy.
So Thomas ended up, you'll see him, he's buried over at the Mission St. Gabriel. Not many non-clerics are buried, but he was the historian for that. That's what he did his whole career, was a history historian. Now he was a collector, so he loved that kind of thing. Now, I always bring up this niche because to me, this family was a very progressive family. Look at this Madonna. That's not the Madonna like I think of the biblical Madonna, like this. But this artist, Pedro Sanchez, was given the latitude to do this. But you can see she's a 20s kind of Madonna. She's got eye makeup, she's got rosy lips, she's got her hair kind of bobbed, and you know, baby Jesus has, you know, swaddling clothes and like a diaper. So it's really unique, I think. Now this is my own opinion, that I have an artist brother who, you know, he doesn't think like, you know, artists are very different. And I just think he was a very, you know, progressive kind of artist to do a 1920s Madonna, you know, and then put it in a house, and then they thought, you know, they allowed that. So I think that's really a unique feature. Okay, we're going to go straight across, and you can glance at the bathroom as you go by. Oh yeah, it's been going on a long time. Yeah, those closet doors. Yeah, see, now that was some of the same tile that was in the kitchen. I don't know if you recognize.
Oh yeah, the green.
It was, and those same little flowers.
That's good, that little soap just
Yeah,
drains.
that's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, so as we go in this room, you notice she's got twin beds. And when the kids come through, they go, why does she have twin beds? Well, because she was up there in the Dominican, she went to Dominican college. she could take the train and come home, and she probably would bring a friend and come home for vacation. The boys couldn't come home. Harvard, and they went to Dummer College, it was called. How would you like to go? I graduated from Dummer College.
I know.
No, I hope they changed the name. That's the name it was, Dummer College.
Probably doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, so they went and they couldn't come home. We didn't have airplanes like we have today. They had the little airplanes that did dogfights in the First World War, but they didn't have the service that we have today, jet service. And notice, she doesn't have the boys all had saints in their windows. She's got wisteria and roses. And those upper things used to be an open area and she could go out on the patio. Now it's storage rooms
Oh.
upstairs, but yeah. And back in the 20s, women